all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Make America great again.
The Big Mig.
All right, welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Here with your host, George Ballantine. Lance is coming. He was running a little late, had some tech difficulties. You know, Lance and tech, they don't go hand in hand. What can I tell you? But we're back. The weekend's over. I'm a little beat because Saturday morning I flew out to San Diego. Sunday afternoon, flew back for a trip. Kind of a little jet lagged a little bit. But, you know, that's what we do. We keep going. Tip of the spear. Liberty means anything at all. It means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. And you know me, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That's the difference between me and a lot of people. Some people can't handle it. You don't want to know, don't ask. It's just the way I am. It's like a chick, if she comes and asks me, oh, how does this dress look on me? If I don't like the way it looks, I'm going to tell you. If you don't want to know, don't freaking ask. You know, it is what it is. But it's been, I know the news cycle is kind of meh over the weekend. But, you know, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor. You know, the prepper bars, these 62.2 gram prepper bars are easily perforated and easily broken down to your choice of 3 different denominations. Fit of multiple needs. Whether it be for asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, these prepper bars make a perfect gift for all your precious metal lovers out there. They're exclusively mined and minted in the great USA, and they're selling out fast. And we say that because there's a lot of counterfeits coming out of other countries, specifically China. So these puppies are available both in gold and silver. They're slim. They fit neatly in your wallet. Their utility, I don't know, enables use for any kind of situation, whether you're in a jam, anything. But it's money. It's value. If you use code Big Mig Silver, you get 10% off. And if you use code Big Mig Gold, you get 5% off. So grab them out. Go to bigmigbar.com. QR code's right here on the screen next to me. Oh, Lance is back. Look at that. I'm going to bring Lance on. Hold on. But, give me a second, guys. Sorry. He's still on another one. Let me bring him in. But bigmigbar.com. Go there after the show. Not now. Great way to get value for your money, because, you know, price of gold and silver has been constantly going up and up and up, and they will continue to hold its value. And it's funny because I met a guy. He does all kind of prepper stuff, and I'm gonna bring him on the show. I'm gonna schedule and bring him on the show. Pretty cool guy. Teach you a lot of stuff. It's always good to learn about prepper stuff and all that. You got guns, ammo, you name it. Lance.
Yo.
About time,
what's happening?
Bro. I don't know.
Yeah, that camera is giving me a little bit of a problem. But hey, guys, good morning. Happy to be here. What's up, George B? What's up, bro?
Tired.
Gotta be tired. You made your run to California. You were in San Diego for a couple of days, you know.
Yep.
Understood.
Yep. But what do you call it? Yeah, I got a prepper guy who's gonna come on. I'm gonna get him on the show.
Okay.
Be a good deal.
Yeah, it's always interesting to have that kind of stuff. I think people should always be prepared. You always got to have a backup plan because you never know what's really going on. Of course, you know, it's interesting. George and I often look and see Mondays, and Mondays are this weird hit and miss on news. But I saw a horrible story, and I wanted to share it with you guys as we roll in. But George, you got a little set the mood for us here?
I do. I really do. You know, it's
right.
funny. You got Marco Rubio, man. This dude, he's got enough jobs. He's all over the dude's all, but he does them well though. You got to get, no matter what, all the position he has, he does very well. And he just added something new to his repertoire. I'm going to say, he was at I think a family
of everything.
He was at a family event, and he goes and starts DJing. I'm not kidding you. I got the video. This is DJ Marco Rubio. This is real. Check it out. I love Rubio,
That
man.
trip. You know, I didn't really expect him to be one of my favorites in the administration. But look, he's proved me wrong. I just didn't know what to think about him. I'm not in love with Susie Wiles. I kind of wish he'd leave her by the wayside, but
Who?
I guess it is what it is. In the meantime, I got to tell you, he's giving Vance a run for his money because if they run up against each other, for me, that's a pretty tough pick.
It would be interesting primaries, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we talked about it on the show. The national debt. Crazy. Almost $40 trillion. It's, you know, I'm going to have George put the debt clock up here for us.
Oh,
in a
shit.
minute.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's okay. It's really, I just wanted to throw it up there as seeing how fast it's running. The national debt has now reached 100 plus of the GDP of the United States. Now, that is a horribly scary milestone. That is such a big number.
Oh, shit.
Now, you understand, it just edged past 100% of gross domestic product. It's 100.2%, 31.265 trillion in debt versus 31.216 trillion in GDP. So we're now spending so the government is currently spending about $1.33 for every dollar taken in. Now, if that doesn't scare you, if big government isn't like, you know, of course, this is never what the founders and framers wanted. But if the fact that they're spending more than every dollar taken in, I mean, this year's deficit for running our government, running it the shittiness, giving away the money, Medicare and Medicaid, letting people steal the money, all the congressional pork barrel legislation, all the scammy USAID money, the 13 or 14 magic money computers. Guess what? This year's deficit projected at another 1.9 trillion. Yeah, they want to give you tax cuts, but the truth of the matter is, when are they going to start giving us budget cuts? When are they going to stop spending?
You know, Lance,
It's unbelievable.
I forgot. The Mike Schwartz show rated us, so.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for everybody being here from the Mike Schwartz show. Of course, if you aren't catching our show with Mike on every other Friday, you should be. It's a great show.
Listen,
Great way to kick off the weekend.
I caught the end of his show, and he was talking about, and he put up this like transgender shit. I like hurt my eyes. But he's talking about, he's like, and he brings this up. He's like, yeah, you know, if me, Lance, or George had to start explaining and talk about mansplaining, people get upset. Like, you know, we always say, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. But it did hurt my eyes. What's up, Jess?
We did put some horrible stuff up on Friday, but it was fun. All right, let's get back to the GDP here. This is some serious stuff here. I don't know what this administration is doing. I mean, of course, you know, it's never cheap to have kinetic events. Any kind of wars are always expensive. So I get that part. And I understand the need to do what they're doing in Iran. I agree with it. My own policy. Not everybody has to agree with me, but I agree with it. I'm tired of Iran with their whole funding of, you know, Islamic terrorism. Tired of it. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want to hear about Iran. I'd like to go back to Persia. But here's the deal. What are they going to do about this? When are they going to stop realizing you can't spend? I mean, this is the most ill-run business in the entire globe. It really is. How many businesses can run at a continued deficit and not go out of business? I mean, look at during COVID. Look how many businesses went out of business because they just couldn't stay the distance without being in business. But our U.S. government, they don't see anything wrong with spending more than they're taking in. And then we got to have the courts push back. George, we had an opportunity with tariffs, and the courts got to come up with this whole bullshit about how, oh, no, we can't, you don't have the right to do tariffs. All because it's a weaponized judiciary, which a bunch of dumbasses on the Democrat side, because they don't want to give Donald Trump any wins. No, let's not collect a bunch of tariffs that might help pay down this crazy ass debt, but let's just go spend some more money. Let's approve a budget where we're going to spend a shitload more money. I mean, George, is this the definition of insanity or what?
Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Yes, it is. But and they give us such a hard time trying to curb wasteful spending and get rid of all this money that's just being used and abused and stolen from the taxpayers, and they just don't care. It's like it's a fight, mainly with Democrats, I will say. But
was the tariff thing the craziest you ever seen? They're taking in this insane amount of money, and then they're going to declare, oh, no, the tariffs are illegal. And then they're talking about trying to make him pay it back, right? And you've got people out there.
Well, they got to pay some of it back. He's been paying it.
People in the administration buying up some of those debts, buying up some of those tariff debts in advance so they can make a windfall. You can check into that yourself, which I don't really think should be happening at all. That should have been put to a dead stop. Very wealthy guy, close to the administration, out there buying up tariff debts for 30 cents on the dollar so people can get their money now and not have to wait out the government for the next couple of years. Of course, for him, it's money in the bank if he makes a 70% return. And I forget 70%, it's a couple of 100%. But my point is, look at the return on that. Here we are, no plan. I mean, I've heard some rumors. I don't know if you guys heard the rumors. I heard some things about Ripple and XRP and the Federal Reserve and figuring out some kind of swap. Then I heard some things about gold, but George is probably right. There's no gold in Fort Knox. I heard, you were going to flip the gold value because gold, and of course gold went up just off of that alone. But I don't know. Well, they were going to reval gold. Supposedly they were going to reval because of all the gold in the treasury. They were going to reval gold, peg it at a certain price, and that's how they were going to.
Well, they got it pegged right now, like what, $60 an ounce, $40 an ounce? I mean,
yeah, but they were going to peg it at some high numbers. You're right. It's stupid the way it's valued in there. But of course, why would they want to raise the value? It isn't in there.
They want to raise the value because they probably got very little, and people like think, oh, look, see, it's there. Look at the value.
Yeah. So anyway, but here we are with this massive debt, and nobody brings it up. Donald Trump doesn't bring it up. You don't hear him say anything about the debt. The only thing the Democrats do is they don't want him to collect tariffs, which could have helped with the debt. And the Republicans don't bring it. Nobody brings up the debt. Nobody talks about, holy crap, look at this debt we're in. I mean, imagine you being in that kind of debt. Imagine you at your own household spending 33% more than you're taking in. 33 cents on every dollar more than you're taking in. That's how much you're spending. So you're not taking in enough, and every month you're going in deeper and deeper into the hole. How long would that go on for before you'd have to file bankruptcy or go belly up? Well, this has been going on for decades. And I've said it, George has said it. We shouldn't balance the budget. We should, if they can't balance that budget, then they don't get paid. And they can't seem to do it. They don't even want to do it. They don't even talk about doing it. And for God's sakes, we can't even pass the SAVE Act, let alone talk about our budget. Nobody's brought up all the USAID money. I mean, I know where they can go get $84 million, claw back the money from Hillary Clinton. I know where they can get $8 million a year. Bill Kristol got $8 million a year. Why don't they go claw it back from his ass? He didn't provide any service. All he did was go online and shitpost, and he didn't even do it. He hired some guy to work for him to do it. He didn't even get paid. He just took the $8 million, which is an unbelievable amount for a social media posting, right? Think about what they did. And then he just paid somebody to do it. How much of that money elsewhere went out? You ask yourself how much they could have paid down. I mean, all of us could go in there probably. Look, I bet you George and I could go in and balance the budget in 6 months. I would just start firing at motherfuckers, and I would just start cutting every plan we did. I'd be like, nope, they're gone. Nope, they're gone. Gone. We can't afford it. Sorry, come back in 10 years. We'll see if we have the money. I bet you we could balance it in 6 months. But a lot of people would lose their jobs. And a lot of this bullshit stuff that we put money into, NATO, UN, I tell UN, you got fucking 30 days to get out of New York. We can't afford for you to be here. NATO, we're out. See you guys. I mean, look, you got the German chancellor kissing ass right now because Trump's already talking about pulling the troops out. But why talk about it, Don? Why talk about it, Mr. President? Just pull their asses out. I mean, listen, tough times require tough decisions. George, you tell me. This is some crazy stuff here. And meanwhile, the 14 magic money computers, we haven't heard anything more about the money that was given out there. All the money from USAID. Where's the clawback? Where's the arrests? Nothing. Shit. You don't keep spending money if you're not taking enough money in. I mean, I don't know. George, you tell me what you think here.
I think we need to abolish Congress and start over. That's what I need to think. I mean, no successful business can run with spending more money than you have coming in for so many years. Eventually, it will catch up to you. I mean, in the beginning, that happens. All right, you look for an influx of investment and stuff, but it's been how long? We're what, 40 trillion we're going to hit now?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, forget about us, but will your kids and grandkids 10, 20 years from now, what's going to happen? I mean, how do you expect these dumbass people in Congress to balance something when they just want to spend, spend, spend? I mean, you know, the other thing, you're a good spender of other people's money. If it was their money, would they be spending it like that? That's what I like to know.
I guarantee they wouldn't. I guarantee that if you go look at, and don't get me wrong, they're all scamming, but I guarantee if you go look at Nancy Pelosi's household, of course, she's taking in incredible amounts of money in the stock market, so she has nothing to worry about. She's not like the average American. But I guarantee you, she wouldn't do it. I guarantee you, most of these congressional members don't do it. Maybe Eric Swalwell might be the only one that spends more than he makes and has to borrow money from billionaires and do whatever scammy stuff he has. I'm not saying he's the only one, but at the end of the day, this is ridiculous, guys. Forget political parties. You guys got to get that out of your head. Do you guys, I don't care whether you're conservatives, liberals, nonpartisans, I don't care. Do you guys think this is acceptable? Do you feel like it's okay that our shitty ass Congress just keeps spending? Forget all this stuff. I mean, forget everything that you hear about political. Do you think this is the way to run our government? And if you were in charge, if tomorrow I took one of you out of the audience and said, hey, you got 6 months, balance the budget, I bet you would do a hell of a job. I bet you the average person on our audience would just do exactly what I would do. They just be like, nope, sorry, can't afford the CDC, can't afford the FDA, they're gone. Oh, sorry, can't afford that. Nope, that's gone. That's not a priority. I mean, we'd be running the government on bare bones and tell them, yeah, well, maybe some of these programs will come back, but only after we balance the budget and pay out the debt. You know, that's the truth. You don't spend money you don't have. Sure, we need safety and security, but at the end of the day, what are they going to do? What are they going to tax you another $10 trillion? I mean, they'd have to raise the taxes so much you already can't get by on the money.
No. If they raise the taxes, then that's like they'll look at it like, oh, more money for us to spend instead of using it. Exactly. So you can't do that. The problem is you have too many hands in a cookie jar. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. When you have all these people that got to try to, balance a budget or spending, that's where it goes wrong. I mean, somebody said in the chat. So look at a household, right? Husband and wife. All right. Usually one does this. Sometimes I guess both do it, but that's what you need. You can't have all these people in it. Something's got to change. What it is, I don't know. It's not really the president. It's Congress is the one that does the budget and spending and all that. I would bet that households that have children. But the president is the one that signs it, though. So the president can always veto it. It's ridiculous. He knows how to run a business. Donald Trump went bankrupt a couple times. It's not the president. It's on Congress, bro. I just said to you. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. At the end of the day, no, I don't. You could start squeezing executive orders and just putting stuff out, even though they wouldn't vote it in, probably. You would just start slamming down executive orders. Because at the end of the day, why not just have a big thing in Congress? You're the president of the United States, George. It's George Ballantyne, president of the United States. Wouldn't it make sense to go into Congress and do a big public speech about how we're overspending and our Congress needs to and put them all on blast? And have the American people go nasty. I know, but I'm saying, as president, would you not do that? Because then you'd nationally televise it. Everybody in America would see you calling out Congress about their spending. You'd say, you guys are spending us into a deep, dark hole we're never going to get out of. You'd talk about it. If there was no gold in freaking Fort Knox, you'd tell the American people, I don't know what happened to freaking gold. I didn't steal it. It's gone. I know what it would do to the American dollar. But at the end of the day, what I can't stand is this continued, oh, it's okay. It's okay. We'll get through. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's going to be all right. Okay. So this all leads us back to we need to secure our voting so we can vote the right people in. Because once you get all the same things, it's going to keep happening. That's what insanity is. Right there. So until they get, and it's the Save America Act, just so you know. Yeah. Until, that gets partially saved. Scumbag. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Trump's executive order with the ballots and stuff. Hey, here's a piece of homework for everybody today. Go over on Monday. X to John Thune's profile and tell him how much he sucks.
Everybody go in there today. I figure if we have a couple thousand people go in there and tell him how much he sucks, maybe you'll get the message.
I doubt it.
But call him out for not doing the SAVE Act. You can call him a scumbag if you want. That's what I would probably do, but I'm not going to tell you how to handle your business. All I'm going to say is go over there and leave John Thune a message, because there's thousands and thousands of you guys tuning in. By the way, thank you so very much for that. We do appreciate it. Of course, take that live link while we're on air. Share it. Go, George. What do you got?
So I'm just looking at chat. Real Rat Dog. Nothing will change if we don't change the way campaigns are done, as well as the amount of money they can pump into it. I wholeheartedly 100%. Agree. But who 100%. Does that? It's Congress the one that sets those laws.
Yeah.
Campaign finance laws. So you think? Hold on, Lance. Yeah. You think Congress is going to set standards that's going to rule over themselves? Hell no. This is the problem. No. This is the problem. This is where our forefathers, I mean, why would they think of it back then? They probably wouldn't, but it would be nice to add in our Constitution and all that. That when it comes to anything regarding Congress, laws for them and things they have to buy to, they cannot make those. It's not a vote to them. It should be done in a totally different way. Vote to the American people. Do like we vote in elections. That's the way it should be done. I
agree with you. I think it's ridiculous. At the end of the day, that's the problem, though. You know, think about it. It costs. It's a job that pays like what? What's the job payment right now for a starting congressional House of Representatives? George? It's under 200, right?
I don't even know. Probably
187.
Yeah, but they get spending amounts and living expenses and all that too. So don't get it twisted.
It's all good. But I'm not getting it twisted. I'm just saying though, why should it cost tens of millions of dollars to get elected for that job? Think about it. Does it make any sense that somebody would spend millions and millions and millions of dollars to get a job that pays $200,000 a year? I'm not saying there aren't benefits. Call it $300,000 a year with all the benefits and all the spending and whatever, all the bullshit.
It's about power, bro. It's about power.
It's not only about power. I think the majority of them have a plan to insider trade when they get in there. They have a plan that they're going to do some
They're trying to do political career. Some of them ambitions are to be president, this and that, and that's you got to start somewhere, I guess. Not everybody could be a Donald Trump, a great businessman, and say, I'm going to run for president and win.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Let's talk about Todd Blanche, George.
Yes, let's talk about Todd Blanche. So, last week when they indicted Comey, right, and we're looking like, it's for just an Instagram post, like, all right, well, people are, especially the liberal media, they're going after, this and that, but you got to remember, whatever they presented to indictment panel. The indictment panel, we the people, whoever they were, they're the ones that said there's enough evidence to indict them. Well, it turns out that there's more evidence, besides the Instagram post. Even though they said Comey took it down the same day, but Todd Blanche was on NBC with Kristen Walker, and she was hammering, trying to trip him up and stuff. But, if you never notice, conservatives are a lot smarter than Democrats when it comes to being interviewed and stuff. They know they have the answers and they know how to speak. They educate themselves. And like he said, he goes, well, I can't talk about whatever it is. It's under a grand jury indictment, but the evidence that was presented to the grand jury was enough to get the indictment. So, it'll all come out in court, but you would think, first of all, I even thought it like, damn, just an Instagram post? What the hell? That ain't going to hold water. But then, you know what? There has to be more. Or it was just a starting point to get him to flip on the Russia hoax and all the other shit they did. I have a clip. I'm going to play it.
Well, part of what the government would have to prove is intent. James Comey deleted the post the same day, and he wrote, quote, I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence. It never occurred to me, but I oppose violence of any kind, so I took the post down. How do you prove intent, Mr. Blanche, when Mr. Comey himself said he didn't understand that some people would look at that and think about violence?
You prove intent like you always prove intent. You prove intent with witnesses. You prove intent with documents, with materials. So again, this is not just about a single Instagram post. This is about a body of evidence that the grand jury collected over the series of about 11 months. That evidence was presented to the grand jury. And it's not the government, it's not the Department of Justice, it's not Todd Blanche that returned overturned an indictment against James Comey, it's a grand jury, part of the judicial process, and that this process has to be allowed to play out in the courts. It's not fair to Mr. Comey. It's certainly not fair to the prosecutors for us to be airing your view or my view of this indictment. It's something that will be presented in court at the time set by the judge.
Well, let's delve a little deeper. Conservative legal scholar Jonathan Turley said, quote, "This indictment is facially unconstitutional, absent some unknown new facts." Are you in fact saying that there are facts beyond this Instagram post that clearly establish an intent to threaten the president's life?
I've said repeatedly that this was an investigation that lasted 11 months. If the only facts that existed was the posting of the Instagram, obviously that wouldn't have taken 11 months. And so when Mr. Turley talks about whether it's facially unconstitutional, absent unknown facts or circumstances, we will necessarily have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt at trial every element of this crime, which we're prepared to do.
Can you?
You know, Lance, and somebody actually, I was thinking about it, but somebody put it in the chat. The dude was the director of the FBI, and you tell me he doesn't know what the terminology of 86 means?
100% he knew.
Of course.
There's no doubt that Comey knew. Everybody knew that Comey was like that. There was all kinds of dialogues and emails and communications with Hillary Clinton. He's a nasty, nasty individual. He knew what he was doing. Christopher Wray, Brennan, Clapper, Comey, they all knew. Don't kid yourself. And forget, again, take the politics out of it. This guy knew what he was doing, and you've seen it. Like, let me tell you something. We only hear about the public event assassination attempts. During the first administration, there were multiple assassination attempts on Donald Trump. Secret Service doesn't disclose all of them because they have to defend against those assassination attempts, and sometimes they've used techniques and strategies to deal with that they don't necessarily want everybody out there to know that that's what they're doing. But there were lots and lots of assassination attempts the first administration, and there's more than what's been publicized here.
You know
what's been in the public.
You know what Comey, that they're investigating. They probably got his emails and all his communications. They probably went through. So, like I said, we don't know what we have with him.
Yeah. And the grand jury, when they start on one of these indictments, if you know anything about grand juries, they don't always do it. A lot of times the evidence is just presented by the DOJ, the Department of Justice, but they have the authority to subpoena, sequester witnesses, ask for additional evidence. They can really go into a full investigation. The grand jury has a lot of powers when it comes to that. So I'm just going to tell you, he's right. It wouldn't take 11 months to look at an image.
Speaking of grand juries.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what's going on with the grand jury in the Southern District of Florida with the subpoenas there. Like, can we get a status report somehow on this? Nobody's asking. You know that?
Well,
all the internet shows all these people are going for the ministry. No one's fucking asking.
Like our press pool just softballs too often. I mean, you look at the press pool, right? And they're supposed to ask the difficult questions. And then you see the responses, and I'm not in any way, I love Caroline Leavitt. You know what I mean? I love everything she's done in there. But does anybody ever ask Donald Trump hard questions? Like, what are you going to do about balancing the budget? Hey, by the way, what happened to the Fort Knox audit? When are we going to charge, when are you going to overturn all the Biden, all the Biden auto pen pardons? There's some of these questions, nobody ever gives Donald Trump hard questions. They're always these pre-prepared. They feel like they're scripted.
But isn't that like the overturning the pardons? Isn't that on the Attorney General? We did have Pam Bondi, so you know why she didn't get done.
I wasn't prepared to have a cross-line questioning of Donald Trump, so I just threw that in there.
No, I know, but I'm just
saying you're not right.
No, I know. I don't know if I'm right or wrong.
I mean, if Donald Trump was in front of you, George, would you softball the entire interview?
No, but you look at like when they have acting Attorney General Todd Blanche on all these shows. Mm-hmm. No reporter even asks. No one asked. Like, ask the question. Hey, what's going on with the grand jury in Southern District of Florida?
Nobody ever asked.
Where are we at with that?
I want to defend Todd Blanche for a second. So far, he's the best. He's the best AG we've had since even in Donald Trump's first term. Honestly,
well, take it easy. He just got one indictment on Comey. Don't give him too much credit.
But it doesn't take much. It's a low threshold, George. You got to admit. I mean, you got to do better than Bill Barr and Pam Bondi. Doesn't take much to do better than Bill Barr.
Who was the Alabama senator that was his attorney general, the first one, who got replaced because he didn't do nothing? I forget his name.
I don't know, but you got to admit that it's a low threshold, right? It's easy to beat. Todd didn't need to do much. Some of what I was saying was a little bit like, yeah, he's doing a great job. But you think about it, one indictment and he's doing a better job than all of them. But my point is, it's nauseating here, right? Nobody wants to ask the tough questions. It's all softball. And then everybody talks about, oh, this is what's destroyed MAGA and this is this. No, you know what's destroyed MAGA? Trust.
It was,
I'm not saying MAGA.
It was Jeff Sessions, the first attorney general.
Yeah, he was awful too. But trust. I feel like the trust has been breached personally, me. I trusted this administration when I voted for him, as did many of you others. I trusted them to already have made lots of arrests. I expected the Dirty 51+8 to be behind bars. I expected the people in the Russian collusion hoax involvement. I expected, Mike Flynn to be made whole, Roger Stone to be made whole financially, George Papadopoulos to be made whole. I mean, again, I see a lot of stuff going on in the direction of positive for Donald Trump, but for the American people, I mean, I was filling up last night at the pump. I mean, regular, you're right, unleaded. Over here in our market in Georgia, I don't know how much it is by you.
I'll tell you what it is.
80 cents.
How much?
$4.80 for regular unleaded.
Fuck. So by me here in North New Jersey, it depends where you go though in Jersey. North New Jersey, I'm going to say. Closer you get to New York City, the more it is. So it's like a little over $4. I was just in San Diego, California, and had to rent a car. I had to fill it up, and it was right before the airport. It was $7 a gallon for regular.
Yeah, I was surprised ours is that high. Ours is usually less than you, but when I did the pump yesterday, I went to a place that's pretty cheap, $4.80. I mean, I don't drive a whole lot because I work so much from the studio, so I'm always working. But anyway, my point is, let's hope this continues with Todd Blanche. I don't know if it will or not. But I mean, I hope it does.
Here's the thing. So we're talking about all this, and the Democrats are panicking right now because they're trying to figure out what they're going to do for this midterm election. Because now SCOTUS ruled on the race-based districts is unconstitutional. A bunch of states are now redistricting to, before the midterms, which
Abbott
is good.
You hear about Abbott? He said he's going to do it.
Yeah, a bunch of them are. So now they're panicking. So now they're trying to figure out what ways they can cheat. And if SCOTUS still has not ruled on the same day voting, especially with the mail-in ballots. If stuff can get counted after election day. I mean, like they say, election day, birthday, Veterans Day, it's one day. Everything's done on that same day. Either get it done or you're beat.
They're going to keep, listen, they have done a very good job. You got to admit, they always have plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G for cheating.
You got to think, though.
They're good at cheating. They're really good at it.
Because since that Republican who bought Dominion voting machines, you would think that they have it secured now where they'll be able to stop hacking of it. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I would like to think so, but you never know. You give access to anybody to that machines. You have a good IT Democrat guy or a good hacker, they'll get into it and figure it out right now.
Yeah.
Who knows?
When I look at the machines, I always think to myself, wouldn't it be interesting if the Republican National Committee issued Wi-Fi jammers to everybody that was going to an election and all the supervisors, and they started blocking all the Wi-Fi so they couldn't switch the votes like they did last time over the internet.
Here's the thing. So then they'd have to call into the, how you watch all the news stations where they're putting, votes just came in early, whatever, and they're counting on election day. They're getting that information. How? It's connected, right? They have to give it. It's not somebody just telling them. That's what probably have to go down to. Is you have to keep looking at the tallies.
You said it so many times because you outed a lot of the stuff on Georgia George. They're hacking the machines with a pen. They're using these thumb drives you can buy right on Amazon for like $100 that have a pre-built hacking tool inside of it. It's ridiculous. I mean, we don't have a legitimate system. And when these congressional members, you're paying the price at the grocery store, you're paying the price at the pumps. And I can guarantee you, if they don't pull this spending in, watch. They're going to make some major decisions, and it's not going to be good for you, the American people. All right, stay tuned. Big Mig Show. We'll be right back with George Valentine, Lance Migliaccio. You're on a cruise ship. You're trapped.
Oh, my God.
You're on the water, and a virus starts killing people. Yeah. Got that story and a whole lot more. You're going to want to hear this. This is awful. We'll be right back here on the Big Mick Show.
Yeah, don't go nowhere.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Here with your host, Lance Migliaccio. Yours truly, George, the Boss Ballantine. We got the Big Mig Mafia in the chat, Big Mig Army. Look, if you're out there listening, if you have a chance, come join the chat. A lot of big family in there. We got, look, Robbie Sunshine's in there. Look at that. Just that name alone one should come in there and say hello to the guy.
Robbie Sunshine.
Right?
That's a happy handle.
Right, Craig Mutley. I think it's Rennis Mig Mafia. I love that name. You know, a bunch of people in there. So hit the thumbs up button, like, follow, share. Hit to subscribe. We truly appreciate it. Any bit of help and support is truly appreciated. It always helps out. Lance, move yourself over to the left. But
sorry.
Little shout out to the sponsor, BlockTrustIRA.com. So listen, guys, for the people that invest in your retirements and stuff, the regular IRA is old school. It's just like the banking. Crypto's a new innovation. It's coming out. It's new. It's going to be the wave of the future. And with Block Trust IRA, look, it's an AI trading platform. It does everything for you. Everything. You don't got to worry. You just put your money in there and watch it grow. I mean, seriously, our customers, they're getting over 250% returns they're making. You're covered with security. You're covered every which way. You're protected. So all I'm asking is just go look at it. Go look at bigmigcrypto.com. Check it out. Read about it. You can call them, ask questions, tell them we sent you. Just check it out. And if you really go there, you can actually, if you sign up, you can get up to $2,500 of free crypto. But I'm telling you, the rewards blows away your regular IRA. Blows it away. You can't beat it. So, and even I got the QR code on the screen. So check it out. But Lance, before we go, I got to say a couple things. So everybody know Rudy Giuliani was rushed to hospital over the weekend. They say he's stable, but give out prayers for Rudy Giuliani and his family, and also Jim and Joe Hoff. They've been going through some health problems, heart. I think one's getting surgery. So prayers out to the Hoff family and
Jim
Gateway
Hoff
Pundit
is in for heart surgery, and Joe Hoff had a stroke.
Heart problems. There you go.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, their health is not good, but I'm sure that those guys have been under stress. But they've been in the fight a long time, and one of the big things I got to say is when Roger Stone was at his worst, those guys stood by him 100%. So hopefully put a few prayers out there for those guys because they've been fighters from the very beginning, and I always appreciate the two of them for what they did for Roger because it was a time when he really needed it. All right. Well, we've also got another announcement for anybody that's in Florida. If you guys are down in Florida and you want to go to an amazing party, there is a party tonight. Now, listen, they've got about 15 or 20 or 30, I think he said, general admission tickets left. And they've got like 3 or 4 VIPs. Joby Weeks, that he's gotten screwed over. The government seized literally billions of dollars of Bitcoin from him. And they still haven't justified it. This guy's been on the longest home detention detainer in history almost. It's just ridiculous. His case should have been over with forever ago. I think that I don't think the government knows what to do with it. It was because this was under the whole Gary Gensler reign of terror period. I think Joby's innocent. He's been on our crypto show. If you haven't seen the interview, go watch him. You can decide for yourself. But if you're in Florida and you want to go to a blowout, our friends Deepak, Joby Weeks, I guess Russell Brand's going to be there in the VIP. So if you've always wanted to meet Russell Brand or other people, a lot of celebrities, I know Russell Brand's under fire right now. I don't know what's true or not true. Doesn't surprise me with celebrities. But at the end of the day, should be a crazy party. They got a lot of big talent coming in to DJ. They're not announcing it all because, of course, they're coming in as a favor to Joby. So you can't. There's a weird thing with celebrity DJs when you have them DJ.
What time does this thing start? Do we know?
I don't know when it starts, George. Let me look and see if I can see on the original invite.
I'm looking on this flyer thing. I don't see a time.
Well, the flyer I sent you, the one that I got was a different one. It has it's funny. It's like a big.
I might have to jump a flight to Miami real quick. Why not? No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see here. I don't know what time it starts. It's a good point, but let me see if I can find out from him. So your general admission's $100. Drinks, food. They've got a bunch of stuff going on, and Joby knows how to throw a party. Trust me. The guy was an expert, of course, when he was really flush. This guy threw some historical bashes. So this guy knows what a good party is. He's a good guy. He doesn't deserve what's going on. I like to see everything resolved for him, but
I can't believe he still hasn't gotten resolved. It's crazy. It's
unbelievable. I've never seen a guy on home detention this long. I've never seen it. And it's incredible because they seized literally billions of dollars in Bitcoin and they don't even have track of it. He's telling me that he doesn't even know who's got it or where it went or what's happened to it. Nothing. I mean, he knows he's never going to get the Bitcoin back. He's going to try to make a different settlement, which I think is genius on his part. But anyway, if you're down there, go to the party, support him. You can tell him, hey, the Big Mig Show made an announcement on air. Where's Joby? I just want to tell you I'm here because of those guys and I'm here to support you. He's a good dude, and I think he's going to be extremely flush at a point. A very smart guy. I engage him on the phone regularly. Very smart guy. All right, George, you're on a cruise ship. You're ready to enjoy yourself. And then all of a sudden you hear that people are dying on board.
Hold on. I would get one of them fucking, the rafts you have if the ship was sinking. I'd hit that thing, get it in the water and jump in it and get the hell out of there. This is the hantavirus?
Yeah.
I mean,
that usually comes from, just so you know, it's a horrible thing I'm about to say, but you know where it comes from?
Africa?
No, it's mice and rats. It's not where that part where it comes from. I don't know. Honestly, I'd be a liar to say that I honestly know where it originated. But it's usually mice and rat urine and droppings. They get into your food. So the horrible part about this is that maybe these people were eating some mouse droppings. It's hard to control when you get mice and rats, and of course they're into lots of ports. So that's how rats and mice spread. They've gotten into ports all over the world. It's one of those things.
I mean, how's everybody else on the ship? There's 3 people died and 5 more suspected cases. But I mean, damn, that shit is not good.
No, it is not good. So I just put the link for the party in the chat. So if everybody wants to check it out, I put it in there so we can. Don't forget to get in the comments. We really, you guys have been helping with ramp up our comments. Get in there, give us a thumbs up if you like the show, and then get in the comments because Rumble has got a new algorithm. I'm trying to get you guys into speed on this. They're going to be looking for live link sharing, people in the comments. Supposedly that whole front page thing is changing. It's going to be algorithmic. Now we're really ahead of the game. We get a lot of live views because you guys, we get a lot of different support from you guys. So just whatever you can do during the show, all that stuff is a huge help for us now. So thumbs up, leave a comment. Also, if you have any guest ideas, we'd love to hear from you. Oh, sorry, George, go ahead.
Robbie Sunshine, they just made a hantavirus vax. I didn't even know that. That makes sense.
Yeah, they want to release it now.
Yeah. Get the vax. Yep, gotta get it.
The vax. Load up. The WHO said we got it.
Stand in line, sheep. Stand in line.
Yeah.
Let me know how it works out for you guys.
The World Health Organization. Yep, they've got one. Yeah, Robbie, good thing you just pointed out.
Lance, I never been on a cruise, and now I don't think I want to ever go on one again, or ever go on one.
Well, listen, I don't know.
Well, nothing.
I can't. I went on a cruise. I went on an amazing cruise. I took my family on.
That was a long time ago. This is now, bro. This is different.
Yeah, we went to, I think it was 18 different countries, port to port. I took my mom. Thankfully, I did that. It was a long time ago now, 2000.
I just fucking rent a big yacht with a captain and crew and just go that way. Fuck it.
Yeah. If you got the money, sure. All right, let's talk about Spirit Airlines.
That's right.
Shutting down after 34 years, stranding thousands of travelers that paid for tickets, and now, of course, they're going out of business. The bankruptcy's done. The deal with the other airline they were making a deal with, who was it? The JetBlue. They were trying to do it with JetBlue. That deal got kiboshed.
Wait a minute. That was all under the Biden administration.
Yeah, well, Elizabeth Warren made a bunch of money on that, just so you know. She was able to make a bunch of money on that by betting that it wasn't going to go through. She obviously knew. But anyway, I don't want to get off track here. But this is a big deal. I mean, it was a $500 million bailout. They went belly up. And you've seen the quality of people on Spirit Airlines. That's like the UFC of airlines. You go on there, you can get into a fight, all kinds of crazy ass shit. It's like the UFC of airlines. So not good, but George, the secretary of everything else.
Wait, Lance, hold on. No. Yeah. You're going too far.
No.
There's a video of what's going on.
I guess so.
This was when Buttigieg, Elizabeth Warren, they all blocked this merger. This is under the Biden administration. Saying, it's not fair to the people flying. Meanwhile, that merger would have kept, good prices, cheaper prices for people flying. And now they're screwed. So Elizabeth
Warren didn't want it to go through because she made money because it didn't go through. And Pete Buttplug, I mean, I don't trust him as far as I can spit. He's one of those. He's one of the worst of the worst, in our administration.
I have a clip here from Secretary Duffy talking about it, so we're going to play.
Yeah, let's do it.
Between JetBlue and Spirit, and Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg, along with the Biden DOJ, decided that they did not want that merger to take place. And at the time, the Biden and Buttigieg DOJ bragged and said, as they canceled the option for this merger, that this was a victory for U.S. travelers who deserve lower prices and better choices. Now, many at the time said this was a disaster. This merger should have been allowed. And this today would indicate this is not better for travelers. This is not better for pricing. This is not better for competition. Actually, it's worse. We had an airline go down because the markets were trying to allow two airlines to merge, make them stronger, and offer more competition. for the American consumer. Also, Elizabeth Warren at the time cheered the blocking of the merger, saying that this was a Biden win for flyers. So again, I think it's important that we always look with a keen eye when airlines want to merge. We care about pricing for consumers. We care about competition. But if the markets are saying there needs to be a merger because there's health issues with one of the airlines or more than one airline, we have to take a look at it and make sure we make the right choices. And in this situation, history has judged the denial of the merger between JetBlue and Spirit through the Biden administration with, I think, a view that it was a massive mistake. So we have been engaged, again, with the airlines.
So they didn't want to do it, saying, "Oh, it's the prices will go up for the airline tickets," but meanwhile, now they're out of business, and now they're gonna have to pay higher prices because let's face it, United, American, Delta, all of them, they don't do the
and all the
cheaper
people that
pricing.
book flights now
But
are getting screwed.
Lance, they say so it's done. They're gonna have to sell off, but there's hope. There's one great hope right now going on. There is some hope. I hear Trump is going to task Marco Rubio to save Spirit Airlines. Did you hear anything about that, Lance?
I did. The Secretary of everything else, he is, I guess they're going to be having him run Spirit Airlines from his administrative office. Let me ask you a question. What is Marco Rubio's staff now? Does he have a staff of like 1,000 working underneath him that personally handle all the shit he's in charge of? I mean, this guy is the definition of multitasking. Let's play the clip. Here he is finding out that he's going to be running Spirit Airlines. This is kind of a leaked video from the White House.
Looks like you're going to have to take over Spirit too, Marco.
Rubio's eating this up because they're like, damn, this is going to look good when I run for president.
I mean, what I would do, he shouldn't spend any money on advertising. He should just run a campaign with nothing but the memes and the meme videos and meme images. That's his whole campaign, nothing else. He doesn't ever say another word except show every meme where he's like, the Sultan of Iran or the Ayatollah of Iran. He's the Governor General of Cuba. Just put him up. Don't say another word. All he does is stand there quietly while the meme's running next to him. And then he just goes, Marco Rubio, 2030 or 2028, whatever the hell it is.
I mean, Look, he's learning a lot of different positions and stuff. So he's making himself more qualified for the job.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt he's on a roll here.
That shit's fucking hysterical.
All right, let's play this jackass Merrick Garland. This guy was a worthless sack of shit. Let's play this clip about him. You have the Merrick Garland clip talking about Spirit Airlines.
Oh, I should have put that.
You should have put that first, but we can.
Yeah, how did I do that? It's your fault because you were talking.
I know because I was excited, but you wanted to lead with that. You wanted to jump in there and do that story. So when I stepped on you, you had to squash my glory. You had to squash it.
All right, let's go back.
No, you were right. You were right.
Fucking Lance.
Today, the Department of Justice filed a civil antitrust lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the District of Massachusetts to stop the merger of JetBlue and Spirit Airlines. We are joined in that lawsuit by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the State of New York, and the District of Columbia. I'm here with Associate Attorney General Vanita Gupta and Principal Deputy Assistant Attorney General Doha Mekki. Our complaint alleges that JetBlue's proposed $3.8 billion acquisition of Spirit violates Section 7 of the Clayton Act. We allege that if allowed to proceed, this merger will limit choices and drive up ticket prices for for passengers across the country. And we further allege that the impact of this merger will be particularly harmful for travelers who rely on what are known as ultra-low-cost carriers in order to fly. Those include working and middle-class Americans who travel for personal as opposed to business reasons and who must pay their own way. By acquiring Spirit, JetBlue will eliminate the largest ultra-low-cost carrier in the United States.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Merrick Garland being a jackass like he always was.
Let's go back
I
to
gotta
Ravers.
tell you, yeah, raving obviously is still going on big. You guys know. I mean, you can talk about different events. To me, Burning Man's just a giant rave event. Here's an illegal rave making bad decisions. Over 20,000 Europeans attend this French rave. It was an illegal rave. They don't rent the space. They just did it on this military field. And of course, the military field where they're having the rave, where everybody's dancing, full of active unexploded munitions. So this is a rave. It's causing waves in France. I guess over 20,000 people have flooded all around Europe in this area. It's peppered with active explosive devices because this particular field, we got an image of one there too, George, that they discovered. So they don't care. They're there dancing. I guess the French military has been using this field to test musicians for decades. And they're going to be dancing around on top of it.
How does the French military, this is a military field, right?
I guess it was in the past. It no longer is. It's a property that isn't fully protected. So yeah, I thought the same
Is
thing.
it? I mean, you figure if there's munitions, they have it like it's no trespassing. They have to have.
Well, this was a firing field. It's been used by the French military for over 150 years to test cannons, missiles, and shells. So this is where
I mean, what's the chance of one of them things going off?
Oddly enough, relatively high, because sometimes when munitions don't trigger, because of course the triggering device a lot of times is in the front end of the munition. Sometimes it's because it just partially triggered and it didn't make the final step.
If you want to go there and dance, knowing there's munitions that go off, all of a sudden you could see people flying in the air with a leg off or arms off. That's on fucking them. You want to be that stupid?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I don't know what to tell you.
It is pretty stupid.
It is.
You wonder about the IQ, and I've got something a little later in the show about that. But let's talk about raw milk. RFK Jr., he did some raw milk shots on, right on the camera. This is I'm not sure what to think about this raw milk. Maybe people in the audience know more than I know, but they're finding E. coli and a bunch of other shit. And this is not the FDA. This is independent reporting. And I guess people are catching some stuff from this raw milk that's pretty dangerous. Again, I know the big trend. I understand the positives of raw milk. I kind of understand it, but CDC's saying some of it, so I discount whatever they say. When it's an independent study, though, and when you're worried about children, I don't know. I mean, anybody knows more about raw milk than I do, but I'm going to say, based on what I read over the weekend, this is kind of concerning, and I would be careful if you decide to go down this route.
Pasteurized milk is biologically dead.
Yeah.
There's your answer.
I have heard that. You tell me, is this credible? Is this credible about the raw milk, or is this just a bunch of fear mongering? Because they're talking about lots of stuff in the milk, and I know why. I never trust FDA and CDC. So if you guys in the audience,
who funded the study? They were asking. Do you know?
I don't remember. I mean, I looked at it because if it had been just FDA and CDC, I was just going to throw the story out because you know me, I don't trust them. All right, have we hit rock bottom, George? Is this a mental health crisis, or are people just desperate for clicks, desperate to be noticed, trying to go viral so badly that they're making incredibly bad decisions, saying stupid things online, lots of stupid stuff, almost like really low testosterone males. I won't talk about the women, but I'll talk about the men. This is incredibly dumb for so many reasons, but I got this clip.
I didn't watch the clip. I'll comment afterwards. I don't know what you were watching.
Let's play the clip.
All right.
Yeah.
It's another Biden edition of Swing of the Sack Sunday, and we thought we'd take this 15-pound dumbbell and drop it on the boys. Let's get it done.
Dropping this 15-pound weight on him. Here we go. Let's get it. Any last words?
mark.
Okay. First of all, you notice he's got one sock on and one off. All right.
Did you see his tattoo?
I wasn't. So hold on. I don't know if it really hit his, you know what, because he's so fat that the fat's covering it. I think it hit the fat first, and it's just all show. Because what guy is stupid enough to even allow that?
I would happen to think that you could probably end up crushing both.
What does his tattoo say?
Colon crusher.
I mean, it's on his
That
body,
is what
bro.
a tattoo across his stomach says. Not thug life, not something that you would think might be mainstream. His tattoo across his stomach of this big fat guy, and it's a giant tattoo because this is a big fat guy. Colon crusher. I don't even want to start to talk about.
So when a dude stands up to pee, you know, he can't even see where his pee's coming out of. He's got so much fat. I don't know. I think it's
all right.
Fat. I think it's all.
How about liberals meeting? How about liberals meeting to pump themselves up for the midterms? Like they're almost going to get together and hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Now, you got to be one low testosterone male. You got to be so beta to even be part of this. No Republican in his right mind would ever. And again, I'm just talking about regular Americans. What is wrong with you fucking men? I feel bad for the women out there. Is this the best we have to offer? I mean, this is just, look at these guys. What a bunch of pussies. And if this isn't a mental health crisis, there's no way. As a kid, if somebody told me this is what we're going to do, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not doing that bullshit. Watch these guys here and look at the crowd. I feel for you women if you're trying to find a significant other, because this country's pickings are getting worse and worse. I don't know if these guys all have zero testosterone. What a bunch of freaking pussies. Okay, let's play the clip.
Okay.
Horse to the old town road, I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Horses in the back, horse track is attached. That is matted black, got the business not to match. Ride on a horse, drinking in the course. Coming in the valley, and about that board. Ain't nobody tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. Tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Riding on a tractor, lean all in my bladder. Cheating on my baby. You can go and ask.
What are they doing? Trying to figure that out. Besides trying
That is a bunch of liberals in a meeting about the midterms singing to boost their morale for the midterms. That's a morale boosting event.
I mean, I would go to one of those and infiltrate it and boost their morale, and try to smack each one. Wake the fuck up.
All right, let's get some bond money together for George in advance.
No, hold on, let me finish. I'd smack each one, and then I bust out the big screen and play the big show for them. There you go.
I like it.
Okay.
We'd have to bar the doors. They'd be trying to run out.
No, they can't run out.
No, nobody can tell them anything.
Did you add this?
I did add this.
Fuck, dude. I mean, come on. You didn't say nothing. When did you add this shit?
You're a professional.
You're an asshole. You need more? What is this? More fucking
There's
media?
two things. There's two things. I found these late. I know it's my fault, but this is more insanity, and I had to share this. So you guys know about that. What's that thing called? Blue Sky Social or something? Is that right, George? Is that the Democrat website where they get together and talk?
Blue Sky?
Here's a woman. I guess there's a trend. I don't know this trend. This is disgusting. So
what the fuck is that in her pants?
Sam here, proud free bleeder. Free bleeding means embracing your period exactly as it is. No
Lance,
pads.
why are you making us see this shit, bro?
I think it's gross, and I think these people are mentally insane. This is somebody saying that you shouldn't use any kind of thing during your period. You should just let it roll. Go out in public like this and everything else. And then I guess the trans-identifying men are freezing tomato sauce and putting it into cylinders to shove up their backside so that when it melts, they can pretend they're having their period. Frozen tomato sauce. Italians are rolling over.
Did anybody tell them that when you see real women, like authentic women, that they don't even walk around like that? So why would these stupid idiots do that? Like, what possesses these people? Are they that fucking dumb? For real.
I think they're crazy. I think we have to bring asylums back. This is just some insane stuff. So you guys see it on social media. It isn't anything that you don't see. Sometimes I'm shocked. I'm absolutely not only grossed out, I'm shocked that these people are running around out in our society. I don't know how they're this crazy. Like men singing and dancing to get pumped
Lance,
up.
What the fuck with your algorithm? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Rumble's going to propel me forward for this, are they? Well, that's why you're here, because we're a true show. We do what we're going to do. All right, listen, if you love the show, take the short form, take the long form. We're out of time for today. Don't forget Crypto Power Hour, 7 a.m. Wednesdays and Fridays, Eastern Standard. And don't forget the Big Mig Show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. We love you guys. Give George G. Ballantyne a follow on X, Lance Metro. Hey, join our community on X, the Big Mig Show. Go over there and join it. Hit the follow button on the Crypto Power Hour. Hit the follow button here. And leave us a comment on the way out the door. We need all that stuff. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. George, last words, brother?
Have a good day. It's just another manic Monday. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. See you tomorrow. Oh, Coach Mel finally got in the chat. A little late there, Coach Mel. It's all right. Lance forgives you. I don't. Peace.
I might have to let it drop. Said gotta do hella big, had to put it back again, get like said had to do hella big, had to put it.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA. The future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these K9 units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.